Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody trying to duplicate a certificate with a design like that. And they sent me this, and it traced really good. This is it right here in vector format. But it's too thick. It's too wide. So I just reduced it. Now this isn't perfect, but it would work. It's a little unorthodox. So we're going to take our new copy. We're going to go way over here. And we are going to reduce this, but you can't just reduce it because it stays the same thickness, as far as everything goes. So one way you could do it, and I'm sure there's other ways, I'm going to set my nudge distance on 0.001. And I'm going to take a 2-point line, and I'm going to draw a line perpendicular holding down the control button. And I'm going to bring this line in, and it should pretty much almost snap to the very bottom of our design on top. Well, it's not doing it now. It did it earlier. There we go. Now I'm going to Control D and make another duplicate of that line, and I'm going to bring it down, and it snapped pretty much to the edge of the object, but we're a little bit high. And this isn't that critical. I guess you need to be near a spot for it to do that. Now, we're going to Control D and make a duplicate of that. I'm going to tell you back. I'm going to back up. I'm going to set my nudge. This thing is 5.5 inches, so we're going to make our nudge factor 6. I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate of that. Same thing. Because what we need to do, we need to thin the walls and not the whole thing. So now I'm going to take the virtual segment delete key, and I'm going to delete all this center stuff. And I'm going to go and delete all these, anything that's well, let me back up here. Made one mistake. We need to be off that line a little bit. So we're going to set our nudge factor on 0.001, and we're going to nudge this thing down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 nudges to make, I must have a duplicate of that line. And it doesn't matter if it's over just a little bit on some of it, as long as it's right in here. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just want to barely be off that line. I'm going to make sure I don't have a duplicate there, and I did. Matter of fact, I had a duplicate of the whole thing. That was the problem. Now I'm going to get my line. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I could have picked another number and done a little bit quicker. Control D and make a duplicate. Back up. I want to change my nudge first to 6 inches. Control D and make a duplicate and put it down there. We're going to take the virtual segment delete key, and we're going to delete everything in between those two lines. And we want pretty much everything. So anything the virtual segment delete key hits is going to delete. Now it's going to leave some fragments, but you got to remember this will be your drawing. And I must have somehow, well, I guess I already did the bottom. Now, you know what? That doesn't look right. Sorry about that. Let's start all over. I must have gone too far and deleted that bottom line. So we'll get the virtual segment delete key again and delete all these extra parts. Then we'll do the same thing on the bottom. I'd zoom in so I can make sure I can see them. Don't want to take too much. We'll even delete that little corner. Might not have to. So we've got that section. We can actually remove these lines now. Now, this is completely unorthodox, or not, whatever you want to call it. Now we want to delete the top part. This is really the only way I know how to thin this out. And it's going to look a little bit different than the original, but it's going to work. So I'm just dragging my virtual segment delete key. Now we can delete these lines. Now we need to group these together, Control G. Well, we need to ungroup them first. Now we need to group them together individually, Control G, Control G. We need to ungroup these because they're still part of each other. And we need, I think it actually bumped it. So let's, if you're ever seeing things jump, kind of go backwards because this is pretty critical. Control G, Control G. Now here's the trick. We want this thing 50% thinner. With your ratio unlocked, we want this, the thickness of it, to be 50%. Grab this. Don't want to mess with that. We want to go 50%. Now these, we want to do the opposite. We want this. I've got a little hiccup there, so I'm going to undelete it or ungroup it. I've got something right in here, a little tidbit. So go back to Control G and group it. And this time we want to go 50% on this width. There we go. So now we have 4 pieces that are thinner. Now our nudge factor was 6. We ought to be able to nudge it right back down. And it's going to be a little bit different because we have changed it. And we're going to have to do some manipulation, but it'll be pretty cool and worth it. So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to bring that like, you know what, I'm going to bring it like right there. And then I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to zoom in. And I'm not saying everybody would want to do this, but it'll get you by. Now let's grab the bottom one and let's bring that piece right there. Now let's delete. Tell you what, we can just grab the shape tool. Well, we have to delete it or ungroup it. Let's just grab the whole thing and arrange, ungroup. Now we can take these little bit of tidbits that we do not need away, things we missed, and we're going to take the shape tool and go right there. We're going to delete that node and we're going to go right there. Everything else looks pretty good. We're missing a line there, so we're going to put a line there. Now I'm drawing in black, but it doesn't really matter. We'll do the same to this side, and you could possibly mirror this thing and make it work. So now we're going to take, this one's a little bit off, but we're going to make it work. Take that node and get it close to there. Take that node and get it close to there. Take that node and, you know what, we're going to just delete that node. We're going to bring these 2 nodes like this. Now I am changing it quite a bit, and you could play around with this till the cows come home and make it work. But all we're doing is connecting lines and changing it up a little bit. So we'll get rid of these little tidbits. That's one thing nice about the shape tool. You click on something and then you can select it and you won't get anything else. Now right in here, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're probably going to go to there, get the virtual segment delete key and delete that part. We're going to get the shape tool back. We're going to grab that part and move it there. Actually, maybe delete that node. Take that one. And this is, you could take a lot more time than I'm taking and do a little better. But it'll be your drawing. It'll be unique. get the shape tool and let's get rid of that tidbit. We'll get rid of that tidbit. Grab the shape tool, and I might have messed up somewhere and take the virtual segment delete key. Well, we didn't have it connected. So grab your shape tool. There's a joint right there that wasn't connected. Let's see if it works now. Virtual segment delete key. Nope. So take this node and go past it. Now we should not happen. There we go. Get rid of that little bit of excess. Now you see those broken nodes, we're going to fix them all in like 1 second. So we're pretty much done. So here's the key. Select it all and combine it. Then we're going to open up the Windows, Dockers, Join, Curves. We're going to grab our shape tool and we're going to select all the nodes. And I see we got a node right there, a little extra bit we need to delete. Grab it all and join the curves. Now all those little broken tidbits. Now what you can do is select it and left click black, right click no hairline, no line. Now it's a little bit different, than the original. You could play around with that, but it's unique, it's yours, and I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.